welcome back to my channel. So I'm going to be filming a Sketchbook Saturday video today. I'm working on this little sketch right here. I already started it because I actually already filmed half of this video, and unfortunately I found out that afterwards it was super overexposed and blown out, so you couldn't actually see the sketch like at all, and also my head kept getting in the way. Like literally it was like this the entire friggin' video. Like I don't even understand, like and then I just fought with my camera for, I don't know, like 10. Okay, let's talk, because you guys voted. I said, would you, if I did Sketchbook Saturday videos, would you want them to be sped up, or would you want them to be like real-time chatty videos? And you said real-time chatty videos, so let's get real. Number one, I've been filming today, and I just filmed another video that I don't know which one of these I'm going to release first, so it may be out already, it may not be out already, we will see. But I just filmed a video already, and I have had background noise. I have a lot of papers under my desk. I have had the worst luck today filming. I mean, seriously, it has been so frustrating. I sat down to film, my camera, none of my cameras were working that I wanted to use, so I had to use a different one. Like the microphone was really weird, everything was really like quiet, and it was just super frustrating, and I didn't know why it was doing that. And then I figured that out, and then the dog was barking constantly at everything, and there was like some douche outside who had his music blasting, and I was like, just trying to film a video in here, no big deal, it's fine. And it was supposed to be like a really quick, relatively easy video to film. Nope. Oh, and like setting it up was such a pain. Like I was just like, really, is this really happening right now? And then I finished that video and I was like, you know what I should do? Like, while I have my video stuff out, I should film a Sketchbook Saturday video to go out on Saturday. And that'll be really good, and I will be super productive. My nails are done, so my nails will look good, and I have like a really busy couple weeks coming up, so it's like I will pre-film, and that is a great idea. So was like, I already have everything set up, so it'll be fine. So I sat down and started filming a Sketchbook Saturday video, and decided to check on it because the LCD on my screen is really bright, so everything will look super, super bright, but in actuality, when I bring it onto the computer, it tends to look really dark. But I decided to check, and thank God I decided to check, by the way, although I had already talked for about 16 minutes when I decided to check. Everything was super overexposed, and you couldn't see the picture at all, and my head was in the way, like I said, so it has been a frustrating day trying to film, but I persevered, and that's what I want to talk about today, guys. I want to talk about persevering, and more specifically, I'm going to talk about art block. Yay! Because everyone and their mom is talking about art block on YouTube right now, and I have not really said a whole lot. I mean, I commented on Baylee J's video. For those of you that haven't seen her video, it's called Art Block Doesn't Exist. I'll link it down below. It was the start of this whole conversation everyone's having on YouTube, which, by the way, I would like to say I think it is great how, like, this conversation is happening. Like, Baylee J made this video, and then there have been other artists responding to it, and there's been a lot of debate, and while I disagree completely with people that are being rude to Baylee in the comments, because I'm sorry, just because you disagree with someone does not give you the right to call them names. That is not okay. It is not appropriate. Do not do it. But people that are respectfully having a discussion, I think is really interesting, and I think it's great to see the community get involved, whether they agree or disagree with Baylee. But I kind of kept quiet on it because I didn't want to make a video. I didn't want to feel like I didn't want it to be like, okay, well, one, I didn't want it to be like, I'm jumping on the art block bandwagon, give me views. Like, I didn't want it to be like that. And I also wasn't sure exactly what I wanted to say about it. So Baylee basically says that art block doesn't exist and you shouldn't use it as an excuse, and there's nothing blocking you from making art. I have decided that my opinion on it is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if art block exists or if it doesn't exist. It doesn't matter. It's up to you whether it exists or whether it doesn't exist. Call it art block, call it being uninspired, whatever you want to call it, it doesn't matter. The important thing is that you don't use it as an excuse. I think people are getting really hung up on definitions, and it doesn't seem to me, and I'm sorry if I'm wrong about this, Baylee, but it just seems like the more important message of Baylee's video was that people shouldn't use it as an excuse, because when you're making a career out of art, you can't use it as an excuse. So the thing is that going into a career in the arts is really difficult. It is extraordinarily hard. There's a reason why a lot of people don't encourage it. And the thing is, it's not that you can't make a living as an artist. You absolutely can. There are plenty of us that are doing it. It's just that it's really hard, and it requires doing stuff that you don't want to do on a regular basis. And art is one of those things that we're kind of taught to be creative when the inspiration strikes us. But if you are an artist and you're making a living off your art, you can't wait for inspiration to strike you. You kind of have to force yourself to do things. And whether you're a hobby, okay, let me say this to you before I go on. There are multiple occasions that it's okay to take a step back from art, whether you're a professional or an amateur, or a hobbyist or whatever. If something is going on in your life that is traumatic to you, if you are in a really negative place, if there's, something outside that is happening and you are and you are able to take a step back, then do so. Take a step back. You should take care of yourself. That your health and your personal well-being is your number one priority. You are a person first. You are a person first. If you're a student second, and you are a worker third. Your personhood is the most important thing. It is more important, do not kill yourself. Do not put yourself in a really negative place if you, don't do that. You know what I mean? But first of all, there's a couple things. First of all, you may not be able to, even if you are in a really negative place, you may not be able to do that. Desi, shh. Desi, leave it. Good girl. If you were in a really negative place, you may not actually be able to, art may literally be your living. You may not have the ability to take a couple weeks off. And then it's really important to know how to push through it. And if there's not, a reason, if you're just, feeling art blocked, or if you're feeling uninspired, or you don't know what to draw, everything you're drawing is coming out terrible. If art is your living, you still have to do it. It's a really hard job to be an artist. If you want to be an artist, you have to work at it. You have to, chances are you're going to have to work a crappy job that you don't like. You're going to have to, waitress or work at a desk or something like that to make a living while you are also trying to build up your career as an artist. And that means that you're going to come home from a 12-hour double after getting yelled at by an old lady because you didn't bring her enough French dressing, and you're going to have to sit your butt down and make art. And that sucks. It is hard. And I have done it, and I was not very good at it. And I am not a very disciplined person. I will be the first to admit it, that discipline is something that I very much struggle with. But if you can cultivate it early, and if you can allow yourself to not make excuses, and when you can look and see whether your excuses are legitimate or not as well, and even if they are legitimate, learn to work through them, then you will be a lot better off. And like I said, I don't want to come across it's not okay. I have mental illnesses. I have depression. I have ADHD. I have severe panic anxiety disorder. And I also have trichotillomania. And so I understand what it's like to live with a mental disability that can sometimes make even getting out of bed seem impossible, let alone sitting down and making art. I have been there and I understand it, and it is hard. And I think mental illness does seem to be something that, I don't want to say common in the art community, but I think a lot of people that have mental illness do turn to art because like as an outlet, like just as a way to express your creativity, express the things that are happening to you. And if you're a hobbyist, this does not apply to you. Like, this is for people that want their art to, like, they want to make a living out of their art. They want to be a professional. But unfortunately, like, no matter what job you do, there are going to be days that you don't feel like doing it, and you're going to have to. Like, I couldn't go into my waitress job and say, I don't feel like, I'm not inspired to serve ranch today, you know, or serve burgers, and like get away with that. And like, even when I was depressed or having anxiety or panic attacks, I still had to go into work. Like, I mean, yes, you can take mental health days and that's totally okay. I mean, there were times that I, you know, got someone to cover my shift because I was just not in a mental place to go there. When my grandfather passed away, I called in. I was like, I just found out my grandfather passed away. I'm not coming into work today. Like, I cannot come and serve customers and put a smile on my face when I just found out that my grandfather died. You know, so it's okay to do that, but, you know, I did have to go into work the next week. You know, I wasn't, you know, healed from that, or, you know, and there have been times like I can't get someone to cover my shift, and I do have to go into work when I've been having a panic attack, or when I've literally been bawling my eyes out in the parking lot, like right before I came in. And as a waitress, I had to put a smile on my face, and I'd say, hi, welcome to blah, blah. My name's Alice. I'll be taking care of you today. Like, you know, can we get you started off with any drinks? You know, and it sucked, but I had to do it because, like, I can't tell my landlord that I, you know, was depressed, or I'm not even going to talk about mental illness because this is not about mental illness. But like, I can't tell this is about like art block or being uninspired. So I can't tell my landlord that I was uninspired, and so I couldn't work, and so I couldn't pay my rent. Like, that's not how it works. And if you want to make a career out of your art, it's something that you can't ever be complacent in. You can't have an off, you know what I mean? Like, because you have to constantly be working at it. And like, once you get to a place where you're a little bit more comfortable, then you can take time off, and that's fine. And everyone should take time off. I strongly disagree with the culture of kill yourself working. I strongly disagree with it. I think your mental health is the most important thing, and you cannot produce like good quality. You will not be happy. And even if you are producing amazing quality at the cost of your mental health, which I am a huge hypocrite because I do it all the time. Not that I'm saying my quality is amazing, but you know what I mean? It's not a positive thing, and we should not be living in a culture that encourages that. But I digress. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now. I think this was a lot more cohesive the first time I talked about it. But basically, like, if you are feeling uninspired, if you have an art block, I don't care what you call it. It doesn't matter what you call it. It doesn't matter whether it exists or not. If you feel it, then sure, it exists. But you cannot use it as an excuse. Like, you have to learn to push through it. And like I said, there are exceptions to this. I don't want anyone to get upset or offended. Like, please know there are always exceptions to everything. But if you are going into an art career field, because I know I have a lot of young subscribers, you know, people that are just starting school, people that are going into art school, like, you know, you can't come to a teacher and say you didn't have an idea for a project, so you didn't do it. You can't go to your boss and say, I didn't have an idea for a project, so I didn't do it. I mean, there have been times that I've had no idea what to do for a project, that I haven't wanted to do it, and I've just had to do it. Like, it's not, you just can't do that in the real world. You know, if you are a self-employed artist, then you get a lot more flexibility, and that's awesome, but it does take a lot of time and a lot of effort to get there. And like I said, I mean, you're going to have to probably work a second job. You're probably going to have to, you know, pay your dues and work really, really, really hard. And when you're doing that, like, you're not going to want to come home and draw. Like, you're just going to want to like veg out on the couch. And by cultivating discipline, then you can push through the times that you don't think you can do it. And, you know, and you'll learn to recognize the times that it's also legitimately okay to take a break. Like I said, you know, like, I took a hiatus from YouTube. I took about 1 to 2 month hiatus. And I'm just coming back from that. And you guys were so supportive of it. But like, I had to take that hiatus. I was focusing on my thesis. I was about to graduate. My thesis was the more important priority for me. If you are in a really negative place right now, if you've gone through something and you need to just take a break and you are able to do so, then do that. But the thing is like, yes, I took a break from my YouTube channel, but I couldn't take a break from my other job, which is like my main source of income. So, look and see where you can take breaks if you need to, but also recognize whether or not you have a legitimate reason to take a break. Like if you're just feeling uninspired and you don't really have a reason outside of just feeling blocked, then push through it, because you'll be a lot stronger and your artwork will be a lot better for doing so. You will come out a better artist, and you will learn things that are really, really important if you want to be a professional artist. Or if you are a professional artist, then you can look back and be like, you know what, that was really hard, but I am really proud of myself that I pushed through that and that I didn't let that, control me, I guess, or I didn't let that affect my professionalism, whatever, but yeah. That's kind of all I have to say about the subject. It doesn't matter what you call it. Like, it doesn't matter whether it exists or whether it doesn't exist. Like, the important thing is how you deal with it. And are you going to let it defeat you, or are you going to be like, hell no, I'm not going to let this uninspiration defeat me. I'm not going to let myself fall victim to art block. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to draw a scribble in my notebook with my eyes closed and see what I can turn that into. I'm going to go on the internet and I'm going to Google, like random words and like random word generator, and I'm going to use that and I'm going to draw something on it. Or, I'm going to do a self-portrait. I think self-portraits are great for if you are feeling uninspired. I think they are just so useful and so helpful, because you already know your subject matter. It's like yourself, so you don't have to kind of like try to come up with a subject matter. Just draw yourself, you know what I mean? I drew the scribble. I know I want to turn it into something and I don't know what to turn it into. I've never done this before. I'm not very good at it. Maybe I'll just turn it into like an abstract face. Yeah, we'll do that. It'll be something silly. Why are these pens always dying? Okay, I love these pens, but they die constantly. Like, look at that. This is like 2 weeks old. Not even. It's so frustrating. I want to use a brush pen though. Ow, my legs have gone to sleep. Can only find my big brush pen, so we'll just go with it. I'm not very good with brush pens. I don't even know what I'm doing right now. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so self-portraits I think are really, really good. Try using a different medium than what you normally use. Sometimes, like for me, I just like to really explore something that I haven't done in a long time, or like if I'm like really frustrated, I'll go and I'll take like paint, like acrylic paint, and I'll just smear over the paper and I'll kind of paint in an abstract way and kind of like see where that gets me, like play with the textures and see what happens. And it's just like a lot of fun, and it's very, very freeing to me. So, try that. Try doing something completely out of your comfort zone. Try collage. Try, pastel, or, something that you just don't normally do, and see what happens, because you could, let your emotions out onto something that you don't know how to use, because it's almost less stressful, because you're like, well, I don't really know how to use this, so if it comes out like crap, it's okay. Like, let yourself make bad art. You know, go out and be like, I'm going to make some bad art today, like this drawing that I'm working on right now. Like, I'm going to go make some bad art today, and then you can get out some of that bad art because everyone has a certain amount of bad art in them, and they just need to get it out so they can make the good art. So go get out some of your bad art, and it's very freeing to just allow yourself to be crap. Or color. Like, go get a coloring book and just color something in. There's loads of things that you can do to help just like kind of release your creativity and not be confined by that art block. Like, don't be defeated by it. Like, you're stronger than that and you're more awesome than that. And, you know, like, whether you believe it's real or not, there are times that we all feel uninspired. So go forth and be awesome. You know, that's my opinion on art block. And apparently the scribble challenge is something I should never, ever attempt. But, you know, I think it would be different if I gave myself more than a few moments to think about it. But because I'm, like, filming right now, I'm going to make this into a little witch, like, because Halloween's coming up. If I gave myself more than a few moments to think about it, maybe I could have come up with something, like, actually cool. I don't know. This witchy's kind of cool. She's kind of rocking it. It's kind of over my other picture. It wasn't turning out how I wanted it to. I was like, meh, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. So yeah, that's Hello Alice's opinion on art block. I'm sure you guys have all been dying to hear it. But I think that, like, Sketchbook Saturdays will be good if I kind of have, like, a topic to talk about, so that I'm not just sitting here like, so, how's my life? How's your life? I cleaned my apartment today, so that was pretty exciting. You know, it gives me something to talk to you guys about as I'm drawing. So if you guys have any ideas for topics that you want me to discuss, topics that, you know, I can discuss at somewhat length, you know, about 30 minutes or so, then please feel free to suggest them in the comments, because I will happily discuss them. And we can have a little conversation, and you guys can post your opinions in the comments below, and we can kind of chat about, you know, we can just like have this open discussion forum, and I would love that, because I love interacting with my viewers, and I love it when I can really talk to them about things. And it doesn't necessarily have to be art related. I mean, I think art related tends to work best because it's kind of what I know about, but I can talk about like bullying and all of that. I was gonna say good stuff, but I don't think bullying is good. But y'all know what I mean. That was just the first topic that came to mind. But yeah, let's start a discussion. Let's have conversations. Let's kind of get a community going and see what we can build, because I love it when there's like a community in the YouTubes, like in the comments. I love it when discussion happens. I love it when you guys talk to each other, when you talk to me. I know I suck at replying to comments, but I do read them all. Yeah, I think that would be good, because you guys are part of the Wonderland fam, as we've been calling it on live stream. Because that was named after Alice in Wonderland, if you don't know. And let's chat. That's all I had to say on art block. So, like, I really don't know where this video is going now, because I'm still drawing this, like, stupid witch. I should probably finish it up. If you guys have any techniques for breaking your art block, your inspiration rut, you should share them down below so that everyone else can see, and then maybe we can like find some different techniques and we can share with each other, and I think that would be really cool. I think it'd be, and I could definitely use some more, because I feel uninspired like most of the time. Like half my life I feel uninspired. I don't really know. Inspiration's hard, man. It's really hard. And discipline is hard. I'm not good at it. I'm not a very disciplined person, but I'm working on it, and it's a work in progress. And just like me, I'm a work in progress. My art is a work in progress. And that's kind of the beauty of life. Life is a work in progress. I mean, life is never finished because when it finishes, you die. And on that inspirational note, but yeah, so things are never going to be perfect and you're never going to be finished. You're never going to be exactly where you want to be because that's just not how life works. And that's kind of the beautiful thing about life is you get to constantly improve. You're always going to get better so long as you don't stop trying. Inspirational motivation. Check out this crazy little witch. I kind of like it. It's kind of crap, but I kind of like it. Let's go back to this one. This one was pretty. Ah! Pretty. Ah! Happy Halloween! Well, I think that is it for this sketchbook Saturday video. It is 7:30 at night and I have to go make my bed, but I hope you like this video. Let me know what you thought of it down below. Post any other ideas for Sketchbook Saturday topics. Let me know what your opinions on art block are. And yeah, I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching and have a great rest of your day. Bye!
So today I have the YouTube Artist Collective piece for September for you, and I'm super excited. I hope that you guys like it. I tried some different things with my filming this time, so let me know what you think of it down